The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse Ewing. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle, where you can access your full potential right now. Finally break free from destructive habits. That dream life, if you want it, you can have it. This is where you transform your health, mind, business, and relationships. Or do nothing and keep your life the way it is. But if you're ready for change, you're in the right place. This is where you're gonna learn how to live a habit-based lifestyle. You are tuning in to the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Jesse Ewing. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle. Let's
All right,
go.
guys, I want to welcome you to this week's Habit-Based Lifestyle Show. And this week, we're going to be talking about what my morning routine is. So this is a special episode where we get to do Q&A. And I thought it would be great this whole week because a lot of the questions that I got asked were not super simple answers. And so this week, I'm going to be on vacation. So if you're watching this, I will be probably flying as we speak. But as you're watching this this week, I really want to lay out some foundational things for you guys so that you can begin living your own habit-based lifestyle. And as I go through my morning routine and I share this, I want to simply share this out of a place of simply just understanding that I've messed this up so many times. In fact, the way that I actually found out, the more perfect morning routine for me, or the one that really works for me, is because I've messed up so many different routines. I've messed up so many ways inside of my health, spirituality, as a husband, father, leader, businessman, where there's been times where I didn't show up. And so these are ways that I can make sure that I'm showing up consistently in all those areas. And so as we get into this today, I really want to kind of lay out the foundation for you and help you design your own morning routine. And I'm going to go through mine, but you can take my framework and really begin designing your own. So let's start with, I'm going to pull up my screen and I will just start drawing this out. So first thing that I want everybody to realize is when you have a morning routine, one of the most important things that you need to know is what are the results that I ultimately want. It could be a weekly result. It could be a monthly, and it could be like something every quarter. And so let me kind of explain what this would mean. So number one, maybe, I'll use something really simple. So maybe my goal was to lose 2 pounds a week. Maybe a month was to lose 8 pounds, and maybe over the quarter was to lose 24. The biggest thing that I would be focused on is what result am I working towards getting this week inside of my, physical body. So we would take physical health, and I would say something like, hey, what is my physical health habits this week? Or what does my morning routine look like there? Mental health, spiritual health, financial health, and relational health. So these are the 5 areas that I'm going to put a focus on. So biggest thing you got to get clear on is, what is the results you're looking for, and what habits on a day-to-day basis would fit into that. So if I wanted to lose 24 pounds in the quarter, and I was looking at dividing that up into every 30 days, I need to lose 8 pounds. And if I was dividing that up every week, I would be doing something that would help me towards that. Now, my goal is not necessarily to lose weight, but I make sure that I do some type of fitness, some type of workout every single day for 30 to 45 minutes. This is number one. My other thing is I take supplements. Supplement pack I take every single day. And then I also have some other things, mental health. Right now, I do a meditation, and I'll also do some breath work. So HRV breathing. And then that goes into meditation. Now, first thing in the morning, this is going to take me about 2 to 3 minutes. I also do a big glass of water with lemon and pink Himalayan salt. The other thing is I do this meditation breath work. It takes about 5-10 minutes. And then I also do what's called a daily reframe. So it could be a story, something that may have happened in the last day, the last few days with business, could be with any one of these areas that I'm going to go through and reframe and really try to pull out a lesson. You could also just call this like a journal that I work on every single day. It takes about 20 minutes. Spiritual health. I read the Bible. I also have what's called like a daily declare. And then I will pray. These two things take me about 20-25 minutes. What I've started doing and what I kind of learned from my wife, who has been doing some things with, some pastors and other things, special programs she's kind of been doing, is she taught me this concept of a prayer square. And it was really taking 5 minutes and praying over your family, yourself, which yourself could be, really for me, it was like praying over any of these areas for 5 minutes. I really started with 2. And I've just started kind of incorporating that in the last couple of weeks. And that's something she taught me. The other thing is financial health. So read, listen to a podcast, and then declare. This will be about 10-15 minutes. I try not to go too long because I just go to get like a nugget and then I go declare. And then relational health is a message to my wife, usually a video, sometimes a note. And then kids will I'll play with my kids. That's not in morning, so I guess I'm not going to put that, but usually a message to my wife. I may message someone else. So with that being said, let's just get into how long it takes. So it's going to take about 50 minutes here. It's going to take about 25 to 30. I'm going to say 20 minutes. Financial health, we're looking at about 20 minutes. And relational health, we're looking at about 5 minutes. So if we add these up, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, we got roughly hour and a half. We have about 2 hours it takes me to go through my morning routine. So this is what I do every single day in my morning routine. Again, these are all things that are specific to me. So you could really just take, the idea of, okay, what are you doing in your physical health? It's going to push you forward to the results you ultimately want. What are you doing in your mental health that are going to push you forward to the results you want? Spiritual health, financial health. So these are kind of my core areas of health. And these are the things that I focus on every single day inside of my morning routine to make sure that it's getting me one step closer to where I want to be. So this helps me live a more balanced lifestyle, not perfect. Again, I am, a full believer in the majority of this stuff. I found out because I wasn't very good at keeping these things in order. I was very dominant in health, physical health, and very dominant in business. And so I had to be kind of like punched in the face and learn these other areas that I tend to put off. So when I say this isn't the perfect routine. I'm not perfect. I'm not teaching for perfect. I'm simply teaching because it's like, hey, someone showed me how to do this about 6-7 years ago. And what it really helped me do was bring things back in balance. But again, I screw up just like anybody else does. And sometimes I get out of alignment. These help bring me back to the foundation that I built. And so for you is sure, you may put on, 10, 15 pounds, but as long as we don't get so far out of weight, we can always come back to this. I could say, hey, maybe I stop reading or stop learning, well, 2 weeks of that isn't that big of a deal because you can just get back on track. Prayer, reading the Bible, things like that. Those are things that are easy to put off. So if you're looking at, hey, I got to do 20 to 25 minutes, maybe you just start with a couple minutes like I did and then work your way up to it. The messages are going to be huge, for your spouse, just really understanding what they want. These are huge things. And think about it. You take 2 hours to yourself. This is about feeding you for 2 hours, every single morning, blocking out time. Yeah. And sometimes it's going to require you to get up earlier than everybody else. I like to get up earlier than everybody else so that I can be at my best and kind of my peak when everybody else starts getting up. And that's really what I try to work on. And that is my focus. So let me know your guys' routine. Let me know something you've taken away from this and you want to start implementing into your life going forward. And so next episode, we're going to work on, and I've actually done some pretty big episodes on AM and PM routine. Next episode, we're actually going to work on or PM routine, because I really think that morning routine is like your plane taking off. We want to make sure we check the engine, we check all the emergency, make sure everything's in order before we take off. Then PM is going to be somewhat like landing the plane. If we don't take off very well, we're going to have a hard time landing the plane. So stay tuned to next episode, and we're going to go through your PM routine. We'll talk soon.
The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse Ewing.